Disturbing reports are emerging from Tanzania following recent elections, with grave accusations against security forces amidst widespread unrest. Footage from Dar es Salaam reveals the chaos that erupted, showing streets filled with debris and citizens reacting to the post-election violence. Protests escalated quickly, with reports of burning barricades and thick black smoke filling the air, signaling intense public dissatisfaction. These incidents highlight the severe challenges facing the nation as authorities grapple with the aftermath of a contentious election. What are your thoughts on the unfolding situation in Tanzania? Share your perspective in the comments below.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Power Grid Connection in Harare and Bulawayo. I'm Samara O'Donnell, and as always, I'm joined by Owen Hamo. Today, we're going deep, maybe a little uncomfortably so, into Tanzania's 2020 election and why the fallout there should matter to all of us who care about democracy. Owen, it's a big, heavy one. Where do we even start?
Samara, thank you. Yes, it truly is heavy. It's like waking up the morning after a storm and discovering it wasn't a dream. On the 29th of October 2020, Tanzanians went to the polls. But the opposition wasn't really present, almost as though the outcome had already been sown. President Samia Suluhu Hassan, her victory was expected by many, but not accepted by many more.
Yeah, and when the citizens smelled something off, they didn't stay quiet. They took to the streets in Dar es Salaam, other regions too, basically saying, "This isn't fair." And that's when things got, really grim. Live bullets, canisters of tear gas, security forces just, unleashed, right? I read how even after the initial protests, the government kept these strict curfews and actual blackouts. No kidding, they just switched off the internet. No WhatsApp, no Twitter, not even Facebook updates out of the country. And it stayed like that until what? The authorities eased the blackout a tiny bit to let some info through?
Exactly. It wasn't freedom, just a little space so that the pressure didn't burst the dam. Reports started leaking after. The opposition, Chadema, claimed more than 800 people died. That's, I struggle to process that number. Imagine a stadium nearly full, all gone in a week. And then the accusations. Security forces not just using excessive force, but allegedly collecting and hiding bodies. Even mass graves being discussed in whispers.
It's honestly scary. Information control is a tactic I've bumped into before. Like, okay, it's a much smaller scale, but when I visited East Africa a couple of years back, a social media blackout hit just as rumors of unrest were swirling. I remember sitting in my guest house, clutching my phone, trying every possible VPN, hearing constant conflicting stories. In the confusion, people panic, and fear grows faster than wildfire in a drought. And I reckon that's exactly what some governments want.
Indeed, Samara, confusion creates silence, and silence, as my grandfather would say, is a clever mask for power to do its work undisturbed. Now, let us talk about how the government responded. The Tanzanian leadership wouldn't even comment on the death toll at first. Instead, there was this shifting of blame. President Hassan and her team said, "No, it's outside agitators, it's foreigners." Even as the Chadema vice chairman, John Hedgece, was arrested, accused of terrorism, they kept repeating, "Most of the troublemakers aren't really Tanzanian." It's a sad playbook: deflection, denial, and the arrest of anyone who dares to dissent.
It feels like deja vu, honestly. It's always blame someone else, never what are we actually doing wrong. But outside pressure was mounting too. Groups like Human Rights Watch condemned the violent suppression, highlighting all these, point-blank shootings, right? Then you had countries, UK, Norway, Canada, all joining that chorus. But the African Union, wow, they congratulated President Hassan. I'm still wrapping my head around that one. It's almost like the AU just wanted the embarrassment to be over, not handled.
You are not alone in that confusion, Samara. I remember after one tense Zimbabwean poll, how the whole community gathered round for our drum circle. We shared stories. Some made us laugh, some chilled our blood, and those stories became our record of events. But when leadership denies the scale of tragedy, it seeps into the oral tradition as a sense of longing. Longing for accountability, for someone to say, "This is wrong, and we will act." Instead, the AU's silence, or worse, congratulations, ends up as a bitter note in our collective memory.
That drum circle idea, Owen, I love it. Sharing, processing, trying to heal, even just a little. But it just guts me. The way institutions like the AU, which are supposed to protect democracy, sometimes shrug and walk away. Maybe I'm naive, but shouldn't there be some mechanism, not just for making strong statements, but for actually stepping in?
It is not naive, Samara, it's what people hope for. If the AU cannot take a real stand, people are left turning to foreign statements, or, as many do now, just holding on to hope, waiting for true accountability.
Let's pull back the lens a bit. Tanzania isn't an island. There's this ripple effect, right? Like violence there threatens economic activity, development, and all the big plans that tie East and Southern Africa together. And if leaders feel, well, if they start thinking suppression is easier than reform, what stops Mozambique, Kenya, Ivory Coast, or Madagascar from following suit?
That is the danger, yes. Instability travels quickly, like a sudden gust of wind. Tanzania has long ties, politically, economically, even in liberation histories. If its democracy weakens, it will test the patience and cohesion of the whole region. Investment slows, border trust evaporates, and old alliances can crack. It's a high-stakes moment, not only for Tanzania, but for anyone nearby who values growth and stability.
All right, big question. What actually works in these scenarios, though? Are sanctions from neighboring states or urging by the international community going to achieve anything besides, making governments double down? Or maybe this is my old model UN side showing, can real mediation help, or does it just get ignored? I recall that during my university days, the debates would often spiral. Do public shaming tactics help, or do they make leaders dig their heels in? Sometimes dissent in one country emboldens it in another, but you never know how far those echoes travel.
A thoughtful question, Samara, and not an easy one. Sanctions can bite, but sometimes hurt ordinary villagers more than leaders. Mediation needs honest brokers, not just those with loud voices. But above all, the lesson here is vigilance. Dissent, when silenced, does not die. It goes underground, gathers strength, and may surface again, across borders, across generations. Our region's future, I think, will depend on how bravely we protect space for dissent, for dialogue, for correction. That, more than any statement from afar, is democracy's lifeblood.
Couldn't have said it better myself. If there's anything today's story teaches us, it's that tangled messes like Tanzania's don't just affect the borders on paper. They ripple like a creek after a heavy rain. And hey, for anyone listening, I hope you keep your eyes peeled and your questions sharp. Owen, thanks for your wisdom today. Always a pleasure, mate.
Samara, it is a pleasure with you as always. Until next time, let us hope for steadier days and better stories to tell. Good night, everyone.